Guys, welcome back. If you have got a Mazda MX5, either an NA or an NB, so a Mark 1 or a Mark 2, two things are guaranteed. One, it is going to be going rusty, which we've done in another video. And also, it is going to be leaking oil around the rocker cover or the cam cover or valve cover, whatever you want to call it. This is leaking in two places. It's leaking under there as well, and it is all leaking down there. So we're going to change it today. It's super easy. This is probably the most complicated version of the engine because it is the 1.8 VVT. So you've got this extra bit on the top. So there's a couple more plugs, and you've also got a strut brace on the top because it's an SVT Sport. But the 1.6 and the Mark 1 and the Mark 2 engines are all pretty similar. So first up, let's get this strut brace off. 12mm, 2 on each side. Chuck them in my little magnetic tray. Take that off, shut that up out of the way. Next up, undo some clips and cables. So a pair of long pliers, literally just move those back. And that one there. And that one there. There we go. That one on top of there. I'm going to undo that one. That's a 10mm. That needs to come off because that's holding all this in place. That's a 19. That's the oil feed for the VVT. So that's got to come out. And then all of these are just coil packs. So just undo these. And then that, I'm going to pop that out of there because that whole thing's got to come off. Easiest way to get these off is a little 7mm under the back. Push the tabs in and that just pops straight off. I lied. This one behind here is actually a 12. That holds this whole corner bit in. There you go. And just pull that bit out of the way. And then this bracket here. There we go. Get all that out of the way. Right, next up, let's get these coil packs out. These are just 10mm. And then give these a wiggle. That's your middle two. Oh, there we go. That's your middle. That's 2 and 3. I'll put them there because then we know that's where they're going back. That's number 1. Pop him up there. Oh, number 4. Chuck all that over to one side. Shut the cap on the washer bottle as well. There you go, put the anti-roll bar on it, stop it moving. Now, temptation is to take all this off, but you don't need to because that's all going to come off with the head. And then you've got to do all these 10mm all the way around, and then the top should come off. They shouldn't be that tight. I've literally just got a hand on top of the ratchet, and that's all they need to be when you put them back, because otherwise you'll crush the new gasket. Right, and then the 19mm on here. I've pinched that off already. That was reasonably tight, but it wasn't too bad. Right, when you're careful when you're getting this off because there's an O-ring in there and an O-ring on the back there, which you don't want to lose. Right, the temptation is to try and put a screwdriver in and around there, and all you're going to do is damage all of that. Try not to like yank on any like plastic bits, but basically just keep working your way around. You'll know whether you've got movement in it. Look, and you basically, and there's a bit of extra suction around the VVT, which, there you go, with a bit of persuasion, she'll come off. There you go, look. Now she's not going anywhere. Well, I can already see this is why it's leaking, because this bit of rubber here is supposed to be, oh no it's not, that's a bit of sealant, but still, that's what's leaking. We're going to put some new sealant in the corners. Your troublesome areas are in the corners there, there and there. First of all, we're going to clean all this up, and the same on the cover. Also a good time to inspect your cam belt, which if you get a bit of extra oil on it, it's just going to last a bit longer, innit? No joke, don't get oil on it. But yeah, she looks brand new. Right, time to have a little clean up. Going to get rid of all these little extra bits, and most important is don't get that in your engine. I mean, worst case scenario, hopefully your oil filter will trap it, but personally I'll just go around with your fingers first, grab all the old bits of sealant, like this big bit along here, and then have a little clean up with a bit of brake cleaner, don't go mad, and then we'll do the same with the cover. Right, this is all nice and clean. I used an ice scraper because it's plastic, it's not going to damage the metal. To get in the corner bits there, I did very carefully use a screwdriver, but just make sure you don't mark the surface, because then you're not going to get a good seal. Also, got the oil off that cam belt, make sure that's all nice and clean. And now we're going to get the cam cover gasket off of the cam cover. Literally this sits in this like little channel here that you can see. Literally just pull that out all the way around, and then we're going to give that a good clean as well and fit the new one. If you have got a VVT, make sure you have got the right gasket, because this one doesn't actually join up. I believe the others all do, but this one's actually got a gap in the middle for this lump of whatever that does. Obviously you only need to get where the gasket's going clean, don't need to get all of inside clean, because the first time you start it up it's all going to get covered in oil anyway. Right, while that's draining and drying, time for a quick milky brew. I've got to add, if you do need any extra help, I've actually downloaded an e-manual from e-manuals online. There's a link in the description and a discount code. Go and download it. You get a PDF to your phone, tablet, laptop, whatever you want to do, and that will help you for doing jobs like this. Right, a new gasket is on. You can't really get it wrong. It can only go one way round because these like semicircle bits. But yeah, make sure you push it all the way home. What I found is, like the thicker bits, like around these tight circles, make sure you kind of give it a wiggle, make sure it goes all the way in, because a couple of these didn't go all the way in, and then when you kind of go round and round with your thumb, it just kind of pushes in a little bit. Right, there we go. So I'm using this proper gasket sealant, high temperature, 320 degrees, whatever it is, and then you want to do a blob in each corner around these semicircles. There and there and there and there. There you go, now that's in place. What you've got to do now is the opposite of what you did a minute ago, and put it all back together. I'm going to start with the bolts actually. I'm going to start from the back, work my way down to the front, and then go all the way around, and they literally just kind of pinch tight. I think they're like 8 Newton meters or something like that. It's really not a lot. I'm actually going to do it in 3 stages. At the moment I'm just doing it hand tight on the end of the extension bar, because actually even just then I've gone up and down them 3 times and just pulled the middle down. Now I'm going to go around the outside, do the same again, and then do it with the actual wrench on it as well. Right, I've gone around this whole thing twice, just hand tight, and now I'm just going to do pinch tight. See, already as soon as you do it, as soon as you do one up, the next one's loose. And it's good to just do it evenly all the way around, and then you're not over stressing one particular bit. Every time you go around you can do them another quarter of a turn, and I've still only just got my hand on top of the ratchet, so I'm not even doing them tight. You'll have a couple like that one, that's gone slightly loose again, as does that one. There we go, now it's just a case of putting everything back. Most important is you get the rocker cover on shortly after you put the sealant on, otherwise obviously the sealant will start going off, and you need the rocker cover on to then push the sealant where it needs to go before it starts going off, so it forms the proper barrier. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea, put the rest of this on once I've got a cup of tea in my hands. I hope you enjoyed that, hope it was helpful. If it was, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that short of stuff. And go check out my other videos. I'll see you on the next one. There we go, all done. No bits left over, no bolts left over in the tray. Let's fire up. Oh, make sure she's neutral. Yeah, it is. This is the moment of truth, see if it works. Haha, on the button. And most important, oil's not pouring out of it. I'll take that.